Mongrel.
Oh, good morning, Ellen. Have you sleep?
Okay.
Might have spot of coffee.
How'd you sleep?
Very good, thanks, darling. What sort of coffee is it this morning?
Mongrel, of course.
Oh, good night. Thank you very much.
Don't you want milk?
Spot of milk would be delicious, thank you. God in heaven! Oh, God. Spot more, please, darling. It's delicious. Oh. Oh.
Old Mongrel.
Tonight, for our guest segment, I'm pleased to welcome one of Australia's nicest and most stylish politicians, one of Brisbane's finest citizens, the Opposition Secretary for International Development Assistance, the Opposition Parliamentary Secretary for Citizen and Settlement, and of course our federal member for Brisbane, Ms Teresa Gambaro. Welcome, Teresa.
Thank you so much, Sir Charles. So lovely. I feel honoured to be on your program.
Well, you are honoured, and that's why you're here. You're a very lovely lady. Now, look, I'm getting straight into it. May I ask you some candid questions?
Well, I'll try very hard to answer it, Sir Charles, but thank you.
Very good. Now, look, you work reputably many long hours every day for the benefit of the nation, and you come home every night, and rumour has it that you do all the cooking as well. Cook up some magnificent feeds and dinners for your husband. So you work all day, cook all night. Are you the perfect woman?
Oh, Sir Charles, I try to be the perfect woman, but, you know, I'm from an Italian background. I'm from a restaurant background. It's in my blood. And I love to cook for my husband and my family. But you have to be passionate to cook. You just can't. You must have a passion to cook.
Yes.
Because if you don't, you know, if you rush it, if you're not in the right mood, nothing will be created.
Now, one of the production crew is interested to know, if you're going to get a tattoo, what would it be and where would you get it put?
Oh, Sir Charles, I wouldn't get a tattoo. I'm not a big fan of tattoos.
You don't like it?
No, not at all, Sir Charles. You're stuck with it for a long time.
Yes, you are.
And what if you get your boyfriend's tattoo and you break up? It's a real dilemma, isn't it?
You have to find another boyfriend with that name. It wouldn't be very easy, would it?
That's correct. Now, that is one of the dilemmas.
Yes, very sensible, all these young people watching the show. I know there's a lot of you watching the show.
Don't put a name on your body.
No. Unless, of course, you're going for an operation and you're getting a heart taken out, you put a heart there and kidney, because they get wrong all the time in these operating surgeries, you know.
Absolutely, Sir James. That could be a very good use for tattoos.
Now, we live in an age of repression of free speech, I think, and in line with some very silly terminology, which is people using the words politically incorrect. Now, it drives me mad, this terminology. Where does it come? I shot a black rhinoceros the other day, and I was accused of being a racist. Can you believe that? What is going on with political incorrectness in this country, Teresa?
Look, I think it's become crazy. You know, we can't celebrate Christmas anymore because we'll offend certain people. Look, I think Australians have lost the ability to be themselves. I think we get terribly strung out on political correctness.
Where does it all come from? How does it actually start?
I don't know where it's come from, but I think there are a lot of people out there who are feeling very upset about political correctness and what this country's got to.
What has happened to this marvellous country. Now, I know you're a lady of deep passion and you're just a very normal person, and some of the things that drive you crazy in life, like I had a very bad thing happen the other night at the club when someone substituted tuba degrab for my hemorrhoid cream, and I screamed for 10 minutes like a hyena on heat. I thought it was very funny, but that really drove me crazy. Now, what are some of the things that drive you crazy?
Oh, Sir Charles, I know you're a man of great nobility.
I am.
And you would not do this in your club.
No.
But very loud, obnoxious phone users in restaurants.
Yes.
In public transport.
Yes.
And my poor son was working at the bakery the other day, and somebody came in with a mobile phone. So my son quietly suggested to them that they should move over to the side
Yes.
while he served somebody else. And
Yes.
they got very irate.
Did he?
People who come into a shop, and I've been on the receiving end of that. When you go to serve them, they're on a mobile phone. That drives me crazy, Sir Charles. Absolutely drives me spare.
I can imagine.
And it would not happen at your club.
We're not allowed. We don't allow any communications at all. All phones off when we go in there in case, like, a mistress rings.
So I would have to say that drives me crazy.
Yes. One last final question. Spaghetti bolognese. With your wonderful Italian Calabrian heritage, what's the best way to cook spaghetti bolognese, Teresa?
Well, you know, when I was 14, I made the best spaghetti bolognese. My family still talk about it. I accidentally went to my father's wine cellar, pulled out an old bottle. I only found out years later it was Grange Hermitage. I put it in the spaghetti sauce. It was declared to be the best spaghetti sauce. But I haven't had the heart to tell my father that I did this. I was only 14 at the time. I didn't know what Grange Hermitage was. But my family just said it was just the most amazing spaghetti sauce. But there is a trick my mother has told me, and I've learnt well from her. You put 4 different types of meat when you're browning the meats. And so you might put some pork, some veal, some mince, and all of the different flavours of the meat add to the beautiful aroma of the sauce, and you have it boiling very, very slowly for 3 to 4 hours, and that is with, of course, your tomatoes and everything else, and that makes a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful spaghetti sauce for meats. That's the secret.
Well, you've heard it here, everyone. You've heard the next Prime Minister-elect talk about red wine and spaghetti sauce. That almost wraps it up. So I'd like to thank our PM-elect, the wonderful Teresa Gambara, federal member of Brisbane. It's been an absolute pleasure having you here,
Thank
Teresa.
you, Sir Charles. Look, I have thoroughly enjoyed speaking to you, Sir Charles. To be in your presence as just someone of your stature, I am just so delighted to be here today, and thank you so much, Sir Charles.
Well, you're very welcome, Teresa. Thank you very much. I'm sure the viewers will appreciate you being here.
Thank you, Sir
very
Charles.
much.
Lovely to see you.
Old mongrel.
You old mongrel, sir.
Right, thank you very much.
Old mongrel.
Oh, caro mio, felatio